Greetings, peace, love, and wellness, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Samari and ready to enlighten. And today we are officially on day 18 of my 30 days, 30 minutes a day yoga challenge. So let's continue on. Grab your mat and let's get started. We'll start off on our knees today. So come down on all four. Here, we'll spread our fingers wide, bring our knees about hip distance apart, and just sit back, allowing the chest to come to the knees, extending our arms out, allowing the head to come to the mat. And here, we'll take some deep clearing breaths, some deep inhales and deep exhales to bring ourselves to the present moment in our body. Taking a second to release anything that came before the practice, any tension in our body, any tension in our mind, any holding we may feel. Just allow it to be released on the mat. And at this time, we're also taking deep clearing breaths. Let each inhale and exhale allow you to clear more and more. And you can take a moment and set an intention as well. Any intention you wish to get out of this practice, just allow yourself to visualize what you're trying to seed into your mind, into your practice. And when you're ready, we'll shift our weight up, bringing our weight into the palms, lifting up the chest, shoulders back, legs flat to the floor. We are in cobra pose here. Breathing here, stretching in our lower back. Then we'll go back, pushing the weight back, and go back into that child's pose. Stretching, releasing our head down. Then inhale, pushing the weight back into the hands, pushing up, pushing our chest open, head back into that cobra pose. We'll do that just a couple times, back and forth. With each one, we're intentionally breathing, stretching out the back, elongating the spine, and feel free to go at your own pace. Just opening ourselves up, as well as activating our wrists and hands. One more time in that child's pose. Exhale, pushing ourselves back into this cobra pose. And if you want to twist open, looking at that right side. If you want to twist open, looking at the opposite side. And then come down to the front of our body. Then we'll bring this left hand straight ahead of us. Then come onto the side of our body, bending that right knee. Bringing this left hand down onto that right knee. And allowing this right hand to come up and over as we twist open. Breathing, opening ourselves up. Then let's bring this right hand back across, coming back onto the front of our body. And then allowing this right hand to come up ahead of us and turn over on our side on that right side, bending that left knee. Then bringing that right hand down on that left knee and bringing this left hand up and across, twisting open again. Breathing here. Then we'll bring that hand back across, coming back onto our bellies. Gently pressing ourselves up into all fours. Fingers spread wide, stacked under the shoulders. Then we're going to do alternate leg lifts. So we'll go ahead and lift this right leg into the air, keeping our hands planted on that right side. See if we can grab a hold of that foot and stretch it up with that left hand. Breathing. And release. Then we'll get the opposite side, extending this left knee into the air. Staying grounded on that left hand, grabbing with that right, extending up into the air. And release. Then we'll get the opposite side again. Grabbing a hold and reaching up. Really stretching our body today. And release. Opposite side again. And release. And let's go back and knees spread wide and pressing ourselves to the back of our body again. Extending the arms out wide. Just kind of rock your shoulder from side to side. Allowing yourself to get looser and looser. Then we'll take this left hand and thread it through this right arm. And allow ourselves to twist open on this right side. Then bring this left hand back over. And take this right hand and thread it through, coming onto that right shoulder. Twisting open on that left side. Then we'll come back to center. Breathing, allowing ourselves to let go even more. Then we'll come back up, coming onto our forearms. Untuck our toes and come up into dolphin pose. Coming onto your feet, keeping a flat back. Breathe here. Feel free to walk your legs out if you want to walk your legs out. Just breathe here. If you're on your tippy toes, that's fine. If you're flat on your feet, that's fine. Whatever feels good to you here. And on our next inhale, we'll shift our weight onto our palms and come up more into a downward dog. Still keeping that flat back, turn ourselves into an upside down V. And breathe here for 5 breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll walk our hands back towards our feet. Breathing here. We'll bring our hands to our shin, flat back, looking forward. Exhale, bringing our hands down. And we'll take swooping arms, hinging from the hip, rising up, reaching our hands above us, and allow them to fall towards the sides. And then come to the front of the mat. Here we'll stay grounded and do a little balancing poses. We'll stay grounded on his right foot, bend his left knee up, grab a hold of that left knee, Interlacing our hands here, breathing, holding ourselves up. Focus on something in front of you, not moving. And when you're ready, we'll release that. And then get the opposite side. Ground on that left foot. Extending that right knee into the air. Take a hold of it. Straighten it back up. Focus on something in front of you, not moving. Just lift the shoulders back. When you're ready, we'll release that. Then we'll stay grounded again on that right leg. And lift that left knee into the air. This time, we'll open it up. If you want to put your hands on your hip for more support, just breathe. And bring that left knee back to center and release. And get that opposite side. Bringing that right knee up into the air and open up. And bring it back to center and release. And we'll walk that out. And we'll ground on our right foot again. Bend on that left knee. And see if you can grab a hold of your left toe. And then we'll stand up and extend this left leg out straight ahead of us. Breathing. And when you're ready, we'll release that. And get the opposite side. We'll ground on that left side. Bend on this right knee. Grab a hold of that right toe and extend it out. Breathe in here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that down. And walk that out. Shake that out. And we'll come to the top of the mat. And we're gonna sit back, sink low, as if you're sitting in a chair, and reach high. Imagine we are holding an invisible ball in between our knees. Squeezing that ball. Keeping the back straight, chest lifted. Breathe here. Then we'll bring our arms down to the chest, come into a prayer mudra at the heart center. Then we'll twist open, bringing this left elbow to that right knee. Twisting open. Breathing here. Then we'll bring our arms back to center, reaching up high. Squeezing that ball. Then bringing our hands back to heart center in that prayer mudra and twisting open on the opposite side. And then coming back to center, again, arms out high. Breathing here. Then we're going to hands from the hips and fold down towards the mat. And as we fold down, we'll straighten our legs, bringing the fingertips to the mat. Breathing here. Then we'll come up halfway, flat back, gaze forward. Then we'll press our hands back to the mat. And then come on to our knees here. Then we will walk ourselves back, sit in the back of the body in between our feet. Don't sit directly on the feet. We'll have our butt in between them. And if this isn't too much for you, feel free to grab a pillow or something to give your hips some support. And here we will breathe. You feel free to put a prayer mudra at the heart space or rest your hands onto your lap. Either way, just breathe. And our next exhale, we'll walk our hands down to the mat and walk them back behind us and shift our way up and lift up the pelvis and hips, allowing our head to hang back. Then we'll walk our hands forward, coming onto our knees so we can go into camel pose. Here we'll keep our knees about hip distance apart. Bring our hands to the small of our back and gently press the pelvis and hip forward as we lean ourselves back, allowing our head to hang back. Breathing here. When you're ready, tuck your chin into your chest and go ahead and shift the weight back to the back of our body and go back into child's pose. Bringing the chest to the knees, allowing the arms to lay forward flat to the mat. Then we'll come back up so we can go into camel pose again. Here we'll bring our right hand to the top of our left thigh and bring that right hand up and across and allow it to fall back onto this right heel. We're on our toes on both foot. Then get that left hand and bring it up and across and allow it to land on that left heel. Then press the pelvis forward and let the head hang back. And when you're ready, tuck your chin into your chest and go back into that child's pose. Releasing ourselves to the mat. And if you wanted to bring your hands to your toes and just tuck yourself in even more, that's good. Then we'll come back up and come into a seated position. Here we'll flex our feet to us and away from us. Bringing mobility back into our feet. Then if you want to rotate that ankle, breathing. Then let's bring this right leg to us, bringing that foot to the mat, grabbing a hold of that leg, bringing this right leg up and across this left leg. Plant the foot near the knee. Then we'll take a bend at this left knee. So one leg planted to the floor, other leg is face up. The other leg is face up. And here we're like twisted. Then we'll bring this right hand back for support and just twist open. See if you can grab a hold of that toe on the left side, or you want to rest your arm against that bent knee. Either one you want to do. Just twist open here. Inhaling, exhaling, pulling into ourselves. Total body twist, giving our internal organs a hug. And when you're ready, we'll release that. Shake that out. And get the opposite side, bringing this left knee towards us, planting that left foot to the floor. Bringing that left foot up and across that right knee. Bending that right knee towards the back of the body. Then we'll bring this left hand back for leverage. Then bringing that hand around and grabbing a hold of that toe, twisting over. Breathing, 2 more breaths. And we'll release that. Walking that out, shaking that out. And we'll bring this right knee, bend that right knee again. And here we're gonna do a pose that's like called cradle and the baby. So we'll bring this right foot towards the chest, taking this right hand and looping it under, cradle it towards your chest, just to open the hips more. Wherever you're at, just breathe here. Don't have to directly be on the chest. It's wherever you're at. Just open up the hips. If you want to rock your legs side to side to loosen it up more, just like you're rocking a baby, just breathe. Then we'll release it and get the opposite side, bringing his left foot towards us to the mat. Then we'll lift up, taking that left arm, loop it under, then that right hand to bring it more towards the chest. And again, rock if you feel you want to, wherever you're at. And release that down. Then we'll bring this right knee towards us again. And see if we can bring it towards the back of the shoulder. You can put it on your arm, wherever you're at. You can have it here, wherever you're at. Just use the opposite hand to press it. Just breathe here, allowing yourself to be open, keeping the opposite leg straight. If you want to lean back a little bit on your forearm, just breathe here. Then we release that, walk that out, shake that out, get the opposite side, bringing this left knee to us, grabbing a hold of it, pressing it back towards the shoulder on that left side. And again, if you're at your shoulder, your arm, wherever you're at, you don't feel like you have to have it all the way on your shoulder. It is a practice. And breathe here. Inhaling, exhaling. And again, if you want to take it deeper and come back onto your forearm, to stretch that hip even more. And we'll release that foot back out, shaking that out, walking it out. Then let's bend both knees towards us, bringing the bottom of the feet together. Grab a hold of them and open our hips up. Open the knees up by flapping the wings of the butterfly. Breathing, inhaling, exhaling. And we'll bring our knees together and come to the back of the body, keeping our feet planted to the mat. We'll go into some bridge poses. We'll keep our hands flat to the mat. And then we'll inhale, we'll lift our butt and hips and lower back off the floor. Lift them up towards the sky and bringing the shoulders together as if we want them to touch. So we'll inhale, lift up. Breathing. And exhale, releasing ourselves back to the mat. Bringing our knees together to touch the feet to the outside of the mat. Just breathe here. Then we'll do that again. Keeping our feet planted to the mat, hands planted to the mat. Then we'll inhale, lifting the pelvis off the floor, the lower back. Squeezing the shoulders together towards each other like you wanted them to touch. Breathe as we lift. Stay here and breathe if you want. If you want to go a little deeper, bring that right leg to that right foot to that left knee. Breathe in here. Bringing that right foot back down. Get the opposite side, bringing that left foot across. Stay unlifted. And releasing that left foot down. And we'll release ourselves back down to the mat. Bringing our knees together to touch, feet out to the outside of the mat. Breathe here. And we'll extend both feet up into the air, straight up, as if we're walking on the ceiling. See if you can reach your hands towards your feet as if you want them to touch. And you can release the hands down. Bend at the knees, bringing the knees to our chest, hugging them to our chest, rocking them from side to side, rolling on our back. Gently massaging our back. Then we'll release our legs to the mat, stretching them out ahead of us. Then we're going to go into Savasana, conscious resting. Here we allow ourselves to consciously breathe, to consciously relax, to consciously let ourselves be in our wholeness. Creating space in between the arms, space in between the legs. Here we'll just let go and receive. Feel free to stay here as long as you want. If you're ready to come out this pose, begin to bring awareness into your breath. Bring awareness into your body. Begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Roll your wrists around. Rotate the ankles. Take a deep breath. And bring your knees to your chest. Hug them to yourself. And just to begin to rock into a seated, comfortable position. At this time, I would like to bow to you and thank you for clicking on this video and sharing your practice with me today. We are on day 18 of 30-day yoga practice. So excited. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share my video with a friend, tell them to join on. Until next time.